Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy TrevCL here, and I am back with yet another week of the NPL. This is week 9 of season 6, and this week we are playing arguably the greatest player in draft league format, and that is Gypsy King himself, coach of the Sydney Sharpedos. Now, this is going to be a very, very, very tough matchup, as I'm actually pretty fond of my Mon versus Mon matchup, but in terms of like the coach I'm playing, he's definitely the best, if not one of the best. Some may consider Zazo, who I lost to week 7, better than Gypsy. You could go either one as the best, but Gypsy is definitely at least top 2 or top 3 if you don't consider him the best. But I'm just going to go ahead and throw on the Mons he has on his team, the Mons I have on my team, and they will appear right about now. So as you can see, he has a team of Mega Gardevoir, Zapdos, Infernape, Dugtrio, Latios, Alolan Toxapex, Uxie, Shaman, Dragonite, and Heracross. Now as you can see, my 6 that I have brought are Celesteela, Mesprit, Necrozma, Komala, Zygarde, and Dragalge. Alright, so the first thing I looked at when I saw this team was the fact that Celesteela could do a big amount of damage towards this team, as really after an Autotomize, if I get my rocks up and I get 1 Beast Boost, I pretty much can OHKO his entire team, except for like a max Fizdef Toxapex. Toxapex is the one thing kind of stopping this set, as like Life Orb EQ does like to max Fizdef does like 55, around 55 or 60 max. So I would need to get a Beast Boost first, and I would also, I would prefer to have this the Toxapex dead first, in all honesty, before I try to set up. One thing I need to watch out for is if he tries to get the Static Para, if he's not Defog Zapdos with the Heavy Slam. But I feel like he could bring like I feel like he probably won't bring Defog on the Latios, so he'll probably bring Defog on the Zapdos, just because, both are pretty good brings against my team, but I feel like Latios appreciates the freedom of the offensive move slots. It frees up not having to run Defog. But yeah, this Celesteela is a major threat. At +2, I can outspeed Jolly Max Speed Heracross, because I thought that was something he could possibly bring, because outside of Celesteela, don't really like my switch-ins to a Scarfed Heracross, especially if it's Moxie. In fact, really Dragalge is my only safe switch-in, and I'll show you why in a quick sec. Well, not a quick sec, but when I get down there. But yeah, the Celesteela, take out the Toxapex, weaken the Shaman, weaken the Zapdos, and it can put in the finest of work. So next we have Mesprit, which is a mixed defensive spread with U-Turn, Stealth Rock, Psychic, and Healing Wish. Now, this spread isn't really like thoroughly thought out. I didn't like do a ton of calcs for this spread. I kind of just did a couple calcs and saw like, hey, this can take a hit from Mega Gardevoir. Hey, this can take hits from Latios. So the thing is, I can take 2 Life Orb Dracos from Latios. When I mean 2, I mean like back to back. I can't take neutral one, switch out, and then he switches out and comes back in with Latios at neutral. And yeah, I can't take 2 neutral Dracos. I can take a Draco, and then I can take a -2 Draco, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and this is my rocker. Also, Healing Wish is really nice because I have my 3 setup Mons in Necrozma, Celesteela, and then Zygarde. You kind of already saw the Necrozma set. But yeah, so Healing Wish is really nice for that. And yeah, that's basically my spread. Set up rocks, get some chip damage on guard with U-Turn, and go from there. So next thing up we have is a Calm Mind, Moonlight 2 attacks Necrozma. Now he does have an Alolan Muck on his team, but I don't think he's going to bring Alolan Muck, because really it just loses the Celesteela, it loses to Zygarde, it even loses to a physical Earthquake Necrozma, for crying out loud. So I don't think Alolan Muck is coming, and if it does, all I have to do is just, I just have to weaken it, and then Necrozma can possibly put in the finest of work. So I am 2-8 speed that allows me to, I sped crept the Zapdos a lot, also like Shaman as well, because his Zapdos could be carrying speed to outspeed this. Although I did made sure I outsped no speed by like, he would have to be like 44 speed EVs to outspeed me with both Shaman or Zapdos. But for sure, the Shaman I feel like is going to be like pretty much max defense for the Zygarde, as really, yeah, it's going to be max defense. So it really doesn't want to sacrifice any HP or defense EVs to put in speed. So it definitely will outspeed Shaman for sure. And it could possibly outspeed the Zapdos. Next we have is probably the biggest wall breaker to his team, and that is the Komala. So basically what Komala's there to do is to break down his fat stuff a little bit to open the doorway for Celesteela, Necrozma, and Zygarde to come through. So this is just Banded, Return, Earthquake, Sucker Punch, U-Turn. I honestly thought about almost bringing a Life Orb one, because Banded Return actually can't 2-hit KO Fizdef Toxapex, but then I decided I don't really want the recoil damage, and also Banded Return picks up so many more 2-hit KOs than Life Orb Return does to some other threats like Fizdef Shaman and stuff. So I decided in the end that Banded was a little bit better after thinking about it. So yep, that is the Komala. Next we have a setup Zygarde. Now I'm not a big fan of setup Zygarde. I usually want to bring Banded or not bring it at all, but this Zygarde actually can do some major damage. If I get the little bit of chip damage I need on Shaman, I can actually if he's like at 80%, about 80-ish%, maybe a little lower, plus 1Z Outrage Okos from there. If he's max defense. If he's not max defense, then I need even less. Like if he's like max defense but not bold, then rocks after rocks it's like a roll. If he's not like even max defense, if he's just max HP, I don't even need rocks, because Z Outrage just kills max HP, I'm pretty sure 100% of the time without Fizdef investment. But I'm pretty sure because he's outside of Shaman, he's really weak to Banded 1000 Arrows or even just set up 1000 Arrows. So I really do think he will be pretty much max Fizdef. So I just need to wear that down a little bit. And luckily I do have Dragouge here, which is a really nice wall breaker to go alongside Komala, because this breaks down pretty much every one of his walls but Toxapex. But the thing about Toxapex is it has to be max Fizdef to wall, or not wall, but take on Banded Komala. But if it's max Fizdef, then Dragon Pulse plus Draco kill it. So yeah, I'm running 16 speed EVs just because in a few mocks I was actually sped crept and outsped. And then this defensive investment and HP investment actually allows me to take a timid Psyshock from Gardevoir, and I believe I have a pretty good chance to live a Psychic, just a Psychic from Gardevoir, maybe even be able to guarantee live both. But I definitely know I can take a Psyshock and then just rest in special attack with Modest. The reason I'm running Gunk Shot is because of a Calm Mind Gardevoir. That's a little bit spooky. So, like, if he's at +2, I mean, I probably died to Hyper Voice, but if he's like a bulky +2, so if he's like not invested, I'm pretty sure I can live a non-invested +2 Hyper Voice, and then Gunk Shot will do a ton, if not kill. Because even though I'm minus special attack and no investment, adaptability is strong. I didn't like, as long as he's like not max Fizdef, I should be able to kill with Gunk Shot. And even if he is, I haven't necessarily done the calcs on that. I just, with this team, I was kind of, I wouldn't say rushed, but like I've been quite busy this week, so haven't been able to do as many calcs as I normally can do. So this team is a little bit untested, really about as untested as my team against Chris last week, as I've only gotten like maybe 1 or 2 mock battles, I think. But you know, it did well. It won the game. So let's hope that it can just beat Gypsy. So it will probably be a live comm, because it's when I'm recording this, it's Sunday so I don't really want to do a post comm with that, have the battle and then do a post comm. So I will actually be battling Gypsy real soon, and it should be a live con. So let's look forward to that. I will see you guys there. Alright guys, here it is. We're about to battle Gypsy and his Sydney Sharpedos. This is actually going to be a live recording because, it's Sunday night when I'm recording, and I really don't feel like having the battle and then recording after that. So, I just decided that live recording would be better, even though there's a good chance I'm going to get destroyed because it is Gypsy, and this week's been kind of busy, so not quite as much time to prep, although last week was pretty busy and, still won. But, so definitely pretty nervous. Hopefully he'll be sending me the challenge within the next couple of moments. I'm really scared. Also, if you missed the team builder, which should be all in one video, make sure you go check that out first. If you did skip the team builder, I recommend you go check it out because I'm pretty much not going to be going. I guess you'll be able to see since I'm live recording my sets, but just to make sure you get like the rundown of why I'm bringing what I'm bringing. But here's the challenge. Let me get my team for Gypsy. And let us... Actually, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Just wanted to make sure everything was correct. All my EVs, my movesets, and my... natures. So, let's go ahead and accept this challenge. If it lets me. There we go. Ooh. He did bring the Dougie, which I was kind of expecting. It's kind of funny because I didn't see that in mocks, but I did expect Dougie to come. So yeah, good thing. Guard was also an expected bring. Shaman there. Also the Zapdos. But yeah. So let's see if I can take care of the Toxapex, I'll be in pretty good shape. But let's go ahead and lead off with Mesprit and try to get up our rocks early game. Because if we can get up our rocks, break a possible sash on Dugtrio, break anything really. But if we can take care of Toxapex, weaken Shaman, weaken the Zapdos, and then maybe he is Banded Dugtrio, and I can get up in a Totemize. That's going to be really great. Actually, I'm going to pause for a second and bring up a calc. Alright, got my calc set up. We are ready to go. So yeah, whenever Gypsy makes his first move, I will be there and ready to make my move. So this hopefully won't be too terribly long. Even if it's like a 45-50 minute video on top of the team builder, I probably won't re-record it into a post-com just because I really don't feel like doing that, especially if it is 45 to 50 minutes long, just because I don't want to have to record 50 minutes of footage and then record another 30 minutes of footage or so. But yeah, so hopefully Gypsy can make his move. I might need to cut out some stuff as well, because this is taking a real long time, for certain. Actually, I'm gonna pause until he makes his first move, as he actually went ahead and made his move right away. So I don't know what to expect from this guard. What I am going to do is I'm going to U-turn on out of there, because I expect possibly a taunt or maybe an encore, as he does go for the taunt. So that's really nice to get out of there early. And yeah, so I'm going to go into Kamala just because I can take one of any hit. Maybe if he's Focus Blast, maybe not, but I don't think he would bring Focus Blast unless he's really scared of Kamala. So I'm going to go for return because that's my best move to hit his entire team. I mean, he's probably like max Fizdef Shaman, max Fizdef Toxapex, stuff like that, which can actually take returns and stuff. But hopefully we will still be fine. So let me just move my recording thing out of the way. Alright, so we got that turn 1 play right, which is really good, because that's some nice chip damage from guard. Definitely puts in range of like 1,000 arrows from Zygarde. Also, if we can kill the guard, Zygarde is looking very nice. If we can also get up rocks, yeah, Zygarde's looking very nice. Because if I can catch the Shaman with DZ Outrage, only problem is I need to like predict around that if he still has guard, because, or even one of his lower mons, because I don't want to waste my Z Outrage, possibly. But yeah, so here we go with the Komala. He might also expect like a bulk up set, which, looking at the team he brought, actually kind of surprised he didn't bring like Heracross, just because I didn't, outside of Celesteela and Dragouge, I really had no safe switch-ins for it. And even Dragouge, once my Shuka Berry pops, isn't a very safe switch-in. But yeah, he really doesn't have an amazing switch-in to this Banded Return. This Banded Return is going to do a lot. As long as he doesn't have Focus Blast, I should live any hit. As long as there's no crits, I should live any hit. Even like modest Psyshock shouldn't kill me, even though my Fizdef is much lower than my Spadef. Just because Komala's kind of physically frail a little bit. But since we are max HP, basically, we should hopefully be fine. He might even go Dougie if he's sashed, just to get up, just to get some nice guaranteed EQ damage off on it, if he is sashed. But I feel like he might be Bandit, just because that's the safest against Mega Diancie. Because if I was like a Fizdef Diancie, I think I could actually live a non-Bandit or non-Life Orb EQ from Dougie. But yeah, so I apologize if I'm kind of rambling on about a little bit, but you know, not much action here in the first almost 8 minutes of this recording, so you know, I can't help it that much. You know, obviously I'm not gonna like blame Gypsy for playing slow or anything, because this is a pretty important battle for both of us, as if he loses, he is getting kind of in danger of actually missing playoffs. Although he's still, out of all the 5-3 teams currently, or the teams that had 5 wins going into this week, he is currently the best out of them, because he has the highest differential, as he actually is going to let his guard just drop, which is really, really nice. So he's going to trap me with Dougie for sure. But that's honestly fine, because he crits me with EQ. Don't get to see what he is, but I can just get up my rocks here, which is really nice. And he does have the Latios that can still defog, that's fine. But honestly, it's looking pretty nice. All right. That guard was a huge threat to see that thing just drop turn 2, really, really great. As he actually is going to go into his Zapdos, which actually might be his defogger. So I'm actually going to fire off a Psychic just to scout this thing's spread. I just want to see what he could be up to with this. You know, what kind of nefarious things does he have planned? As he actually goes for a Thunderbolt, doesn't do that much. As I'm going to go into my Dragouge. And he doesn't have very good switch-ins to Dragouge now, actually. Like, at all. Even if he goes for Volt Switch, I have Outbreak. I have his Sash broken. Actually, I'm going to go for U-Turn. I don't really need health on this thing that much. So, if he wants to Volt Switch out into Lottie, that is perfectly A-okay with me. And we'll play it from there, but he is leftovers, which is really nice. Again, if I kill the Toxapex and can weaken the Shaman a bit, he's really, really in range for Autotomize Celesteela. He's really getting close there. So that's always amazing, for sure. Let's see what good old Gypsy wants to do. Also, he is really weak to Zygarde, +1 outrage right now, which is, again, really nice. Really nice. As he actually chooses to defog here. That's pretty good play. I misclick. I fucking misclick. That's really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. I misclicked. I fucking misclicked. Ugh! That's super unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. I would have been able to go into Dragouge and all would have been fine. As he actually chooses to go into his Toxapex, that is a-okay with me. I'm just going to Dragon Pulse here, get off a bit of damage as he chooses to go for that. If need be, I can stall this thing out of some moves if need be. So I'm going to go for another Dragon Pulse just to see what I can get in range of stuff. Oh, damn. That really sucks. That misclick sucks. Like, really badly. Ugh. But I guess it's not the worst thing in the world because, you know, Dragouge is still at full health, which is really nice. Kind of wish I had, like, T-Spikes of my own. I guess not really. Actually, Dougie's really the only thing that cares about T-Spikes because, you know, this thing can always just switch back in. He can always switch into one of his 2 levitating wands, but that misclick really sucks. As he actually goes for that and burns me, so now I can fire off a Draco and kill this thing. He might not be expecting the Draco, which would be cool. Really cool, actually. Really, really cool. Yeah, it would be amazing, to say the least. Because then Celesteal becomes a huge win con. Like, huge. But I feel like he's going to save this thing. But he could possibly not save it. As he actually goes into Dougie. And Dougie's going to be gone. So, that's also kind of cool. As I'm going to... My Shuka Berry's definitely going to pop here. I should be able to live to hit, especially since he's Focus Sash. Man. He made a good play there because he could live any hit, and like now he's going to be able to pop my Sugar Berry. But luckily we should, no matter what, we should get another kill. If I can at least get like 2 or 3 kills, like another 2 kills or so, I'll be fine with the result of this game. I kind of need to win if I want to make playoffs, but I've kind of written off playoffs because I would need to win out basically anyway. But, you know, making playoffs could always still be a cool thing for sure. But let's see what he wants to do here. As he actually goes into Latios as I hit this thing up with a Dragon Pulse and do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. As I'm actually going to pull a switch into my Mesprit as he goes into his Toxapex. That is a-okay. I'm going to Stealth Rock up. That ensures that the Dougie will die. If he doesn't have defog his if he doesn't defog the rocks away. I'm guessing he expected me to be Shed Shell, and I was actually originally Shed Shell on the first part of the team, but I decided to change it up a bit just because I don't know. I just decided that Shuka was a little bit better. But right here, I think I'm going to U-turn out of here. As he goes for that, I'm just going to fire off a Calm Mind. As I should be able to, quote-unquote, take this on well. And I always still have Healing Wish, so if he toxic me, that is a-okay. Again, we are all fine here. We are all good. Everything is fine. But we are definitely doing a number on his team, which is really, really nice, indeed. Because the Zapdos is kind of like always pressure to defog. The Latios is at half. The Dougie is at 0.4%. I almost wanted the Draco again against the Dougie, but A, I didn't want to miss, and 2, in case he stayed in, as that does a lot of damage. Lots of damage. So I think I'm going to Power Gem, scout what he wants to do. He goes for another Thunderbolt. So I Power Gem, do a ton of damage. Ton of damage. It looks like he doesn't have Toxic, which is odd. Definitely strange. Strange thing indeed. But Necrozma's looking really nice here. As he actually goes Latios. If he wants to trick me, I'm fine with that. Yeah. As I lock myself into the Psyshock. And will outspeed this thing. And yeah, I'm looking to be a big threat to his team for sure. This is, and his Zapdos is weakened too, so really he is kind of in trouble here. The only thing better that would have been is if I would have Calm Minded again, but now I'm at full health, which is again really nice. Man, this the Crossman's looking really nice here, really nice. I'm definitely in love with the way this game is going so far. Even if he is a Max Fizz-Def Shaman, which he should be, man, kind of wish I would have been Psychic here, because if I was Psychic, I just swept him. I'm pretty sure. But, yeah. One thing that can possibly come down to something is if I should go for, Draco, or not Draco, if I should go for Rocks or Psychic on a couple of turns, because those turns could be very crucial. But we'll see indeed. But he is looking really weak to Zygarde. Zygarde at +1 is looking to really hurt him, as he actually switches straight into Shaman, and I get a crit. That's very unfortunate for him. As long as I don't crit him twice in a row, though, it should be fine. But here's where if I had Psychic, I would have just won, because Psychic would have been able to just OHKO the rest of his team. I would have been able to 2-hit KO the Shaman without, because I'm assuming he's like Max Fizz-Def, because I would have been able to OHKO the Shaman without a problem, or 2-hit KO. I wouldn't have even needed the crit, as I crit again. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, I crit him twice in a row. And I think that's game. Oh, I think that's game. I'm so sorry. Oh, I said, like, there's no way I'm going to get 2 crits in a row, and I got 2 crits in a row. And I think that's game. Scarf Necro, because I don't think he's Jolly Max Speed. Oh, man. That crit's huge. Now, without that crit, I don't know. He would have been able to probably... I would have been able to stall a lot of his synthesis. But, like, I just kind of auto-win right here. Psyshock just kills the rest of his mons. Toxapex can probably live one, but otherwise... I'm so sorry, dude. Like, the end game would have been a lot. Would have been really fun. It would have been a really fun game without that crit. Because it would have taken a lot of... I just don't know what to say other than I'm sorry. I think Zygarde would have had a chance to win. But, like... It's tough to say. Zygarde definitely would have had a chance to win at that point. But it's... Oh, man. It really sucks. Oh... Damn it. I really didn't want to win this way. And, like, I can't just turn down this one because it's really desperate. And if I win this game, I'm pretty much safe from relegation too. It's not even just for playoff race. It's just I'm safe from relegation. So, like, I would... Oh, God. I, like... Yeah. At least Gypsy's kind of understanding. He knows, it's not like it's Pokemon. Pokemon is a game that hurts us as he actually hazes, but I think it's still GG. Because even if he sacks everything for regenerator recovery, the game's still over. Yeah, that really blows. Man, I can't believe I got two straight crits. Like, I'm in kind of like a state of shock. Like, I'm in such a state of shock that I got two straight crits. Like, I just was not expecting that to happen. And I mean, I don't think he can beat me, because worst comes to worst, I can always just healing wish into Zygarde if he gets burned. And there's no way he can 1v1 me. But like, yeah, that crit really sucks, like a lot. But yeah, like Psyshock is doing a ton. Like he can probably stall me out, but like eventually I'm getting a little bit of chip damage, and as much as another crit would suck, there's a good chance I get another crit anyway. Yeah, like he's losing this battle slowly. Yeah, so he's definitely gonna save his Toxapex for, or no, he's just gonna sack. Oh, okay, he could have possibly tried to save a little bit more, but like that blows. Oh, I can't believe I crit him twice in a row. Oh, I mean, I would have been able to stall out a lot of his synthesis, but like, I would have been able to beat him 1v1 without the two crits in a row. I can't say GG, BG. Really sorry about hacks. Man, that was the worst part about it is that was turning out to be a really good game. This would have been a really good game if it wasn't for the two straight crits. Like it would have. I think this would have come down to the wire. I mean, Gypsy probably had a way in his head to win. I had a way in my head to win. But like, oh, those two crits really sucked. Well, I guess you can't say I'm not lucky anymore. Oh man, I just like to apologize for Gypsy for that. Like I said, I think I still could have won with Zygarde in the end, but it definitely wouldn't have been a 5-0, and it definitely wouldn't have been as easy as it turned out to be. But yeah, that's the game of Pokemon we play. I like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure if you somehow enjoyed this Haxie battle, to leave a like, and if you want to keep up with all the other NPL games on my channel, make sure to subscribe. Other than that, I've been TrevCL, and reluctantly, I am signing out. Peace, guys.